Hey, welcome back, DNR Homestead. This morning I'm taking and making a homemade, what you call Harrow or grader for my driveway. It's something that I need. I got to do something. I don't have a tractor with a box blade or anything like that. So this is something that would be beneficial to me and cost effective. Now, especially if it works. But clearing out some of the back of the property, I came across, it looks to be like an old scaffold, into an old scaffold. And I plan on taking a couple of T-posts, laying them down on that scaffold, welding them up, and turn it over, putting a piece of plywood on the other side of it, and then using cinder blocks to put on top of that to weigh it down. And that way when we drag it behind the four-wheeler or the lawnmower, it will take and drag and pull the rocks and kind of take and freshen it up, fill in some of the divots. And in some spots we got more than divots just from the time that we've been here. It's only been done once or twice. So and then you can tell on where the driveway is steep, you get more when we have rainfall. You get more of a divot, more of a washout. So this would help out a lot in our case. So let's hope this works. So this is this looks like a old end of a scaffold or shelving system. And what I plan on doing, I'm taking one T-post and it's going to be angled. That way when I pull it behind the four-wheeler, it's going to be turned over, and depending on what side of the driveway I'm on, it will take and pull it and hopefully kind of pull those rocks inward. And on this back one, it's just going to be straight across the back. And so I'm going to have two of them. When I flip it over, we're going to take and put a sheet of plywood on the back end of it, weigh it down, and then go ahead and throw some cinder blocks on the back of it, depending on how many I need. I have a whole bunch of them, so it really doesn't matter. But I got my trusty old stick welding machine right there from Harbor Freight. And it's y'all can make fun of it all y'all want. It's never let me down. I think this is the second one I'm on in the last 20 years, literally. And I've left them out in the rain. The other one was a different model, but same one, different model. I think it was actually a cream color or a tan color. And I wound up leaving it in the rain and it malfunctioned. Don't ever do that. So with this one right here, I try to take a little bit better care of it, pick it up, and make sure it's out the way. But I'm going to weld it on first. Then I'm going to take my cutting wheel, cut this end off, cut that end off of the T-post. And then my only thing is, I don't know, your T-post only has, what, an inch? I don't know if that's going to be enough to dig into the rocks. I actually thought about welding on maybe some 2-inch teeth on the rebar and put them maybe every 3-4 inches to kind of dig it up, to dig the rocks up. But we're going to do this, see how this works a little bit, and we'll go from there. All right, so the welding's done. And look, gentlemen, go to Harbor Freight, go buy you this little stick welder. It is the perfect thing to take and do oddball jobs around your homestead, around your house. Everybody says, you know, you got to have your dime pattern and everything. I'm not a welder. I don't claim to be a welder. I don't want to be a welder. Same reason I don't want to be a concrete finisher, and I don't want to do the concrete for my house. You know, in reality, when it boils down to it, it's not your prom date. It don't have to be pretty. All it has to do is do the job. That's it. It has to just it has to hold. I can tell you right now, I think of all the welding, tacking I've done, I might have had maybe one weld come off. One weld, all right? And that's not lying. I'm not exaggerating. I mean, it doesn't take much to take and weld. Go get you one of these little stick welders from Harbor Freight and get you a couple pieces of angle iron. Man, weld, cut them off, weld again. Give it a shot. Trust me, I promise you, it is something that will save you around your homestead, around your house. If you like doing things around your house, it's something that'll save you. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the plywood onto the top part of this frame, and then I have to figure out how I'm gonna take and put the cinder blocks on top of it and secure the cinder blocks where they don't shake, rattle, and roll off of the frame, and then hook up a chain. The good thing about this is that they have the little holes on each side of it, so I could take and come and put a little chain here and bridle it to the four-wheeler, come on back to one of the openings over here, and then take and drag it right behind the four-wheeler and see what happens. Now, there's one thing I don't know, you know, as far as when you're pulling this thing, the weight of the cinder blocks are going to push this down. We'll push the frame down. But, you know, your T-posts, you know, they do have some give. It's not much, but they do have some give. But we'll see. This is going to be a process of figuring out. And again, this is makeshift. You know, and how do you feel with you know, when it comes to your property? Does it have to be brand new? If this thing works and this thing does exactly what, say, a brand new Harrow does, or even a box blade, say it does just as good as a box blade on the back of a tractor. Just because you have a beautiful tractor and a box blade, you know, is it any better? I mean, like, things like this can save you a crap load of money. And, you know, no, it's stuff that I found up on the property that I'm using. The T-posts, they're not new T-posts. They're T-posts that are old T-posts that were on the property. This frame, it was on the back side of the property. This is all stuff that I'm just redoing. The chain, it's an old chain that I've been having probably for about 20-something years, if not more. I'm gonna hook up to this. The plywood's been around here for a good year or so. And the cinder blocks, I've been having the cinder blocks for about 3 years now. So all of this stuff has been around here. I didn't buy anything. And if this works and I can grade my driveway and get the divots and the holes and the ruts out and make it look good, it's a win. So when I started the video and making the grader slash harrow, um, there was a couple of things that happened. One, I was sick, and just it was a rough day trying to make that. Second, battery went out on the phone, and being sick, I just wanted to get it over with, make it, and get it done. I did not take a before video or pics of anything of the driveway, what it was before, but we wound up having, this is 2 days later, we wound up having a big front that came through. I want to say we had like 8 or 10 inches of rain come down. We had a lot of washout, and I just graded it just now. Now, please keep in mind with the grading, I still need rocks. This was get everything level, get everything nice, see where we're at, see what we have to work with, and just by doing that, it looks a hell of a lot better. Was able to fill in a lot of divots. It looks good. It isn't perfect, but it looks good. It isn't perfect, but for something that didn't cost me anything to build, I didn't have to go out and buy a $20,000 tractor. I didn't have to go out and buy a box blade or anything like that. Like this really worked. So, if you're okay with just having, something that works, it don't have to be pretty. Like I said before, this ain't a prom date. You're not taking it, you ain't taking it home or anything like that. This is something just to take and get the job done. And as long as it gets the job done, that's all that matters. So I'm gonna take a quick ride back and forth on the driveway and give y'all a look at what it's done. I haven't done the back part of the property. I'm not worried about the back part of the property as far as grading it. That doesn't bother me. It's mainly where the cars drive at, the driveway to my mother's house, and then the driveway that's going to, that goes along where my house is at. And we still have to do the driveway that's going to go up to our house. So we have to have those rocks dropped. So regardless, we need some rocks dropped. We probably need a good bit of rocks dropped. But this buys me some time. It keeps it nice. I don't have to worry about always having washout and it just looking like trash. I don't like that. I really don't. And it's hard. I mean, it's the driveways up on, it has some hills and everything, and you could tell when it rains, it will wash it out. So, but let's take a look at it. So that's the driveway. That's the finished look as of right now with what we have as far as the rocks that we have in the driveway, the material that we have. Probably need at least 2 dump trucks worth of rocks to do a nice skim coat. Some of the areas are worse than others. The lower areas are definitely worse than what the upper areas are. But all in all, the Harrow slash grader, it worked. And I'm gonna say it's I'll give, if I had to grade it, I give it a B plus. Again, it didn't cost anything, which is that's what you want. It did not cost hardly anything. I mean, welding rods to weld it. It did it work as good as a box blade? I mean, probably not. But is it working? Is it grading it? Is it pulling the rocks up from underneath? You know, flipping them over and refreshing them. 100%. If you use this on, if you dropped a load of rocks, do a skim coat, and you need to take and just freshen it up and pass it back and forth on it on some fresh rocks, I can guarantee you it will give you the same look as a box blade would give you. So in that case, definitely a B plus. So as far as, you know, not costing anything, awesome. The job that it's doing to me, it does a great job. So you know, as far as coming in with a couple of dump trucks full of rocks, doing a skim coat, if we have any rocks over where I could leave in a pile where, you know, we have a runoff or something like that, or a washout, we just take a little bit on the pile, throw it in there, and you're good to go. If you've seen what the driveway was originally, this right here, I mean, just it's perfect to me and to us. There's no more dun 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 dun. It's you know, it's a nice smooth driveway now, and that's how we want it. And for being free and for getting it done, you know, within a couple of days, being sick trying to do this crap, yeah, I'm good. So with that, y'all stay blessed. See y'all in the next video. Talk to y'all later.